Set me free and give me death, there ain't no other choices. When I lay down to go to sleep, I keep on hearing voices. Little whispers in my head, man, is you fake or loyal? Why no water, that the sign of baby pick your poison. These little demons living underneath my bed creeping. Know the real monster lives above them all sleeping. That subtle breathing in your closet every single evening. Thought you never see me again, looks can be deceiving. When they hear the sound of the drum, they'll be saying, oh Lord, here they come. Yeah, here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. I used to think that people die because they wicked. Nowadays people wanna see you dead because you gifted. Been ready for my tomb since I came up out the womb. So no matter what, I'm coming back and paying you a visit. Saw it coming, I predicted, but y'all wouldn't listen. No, you can't protect your riches if you never burn bridges. Flip pages, went places, made changes, still dangerous. Now I'm back, altercation, hold still. I make it painless. How it feel, baby? When you say you love me, is it real, baby? Full speed, both hands on the wheel, baby. Young Taz coming from the Mobile, baby. You know the drill, baby. Yeah. And when you hear the sound of the drum, we'll be saying, here we come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come. Here we come. Here we come.
Good evening and welcome to King Arena for this Wheaton Thunder Sports Network broadcast produced by Sunrise Communications. My name is Andrew Picken alongside Caleb Springer, bringing you this game between the Elmhurst Blue Jays and the Wheaton College Thunder. And the Blue Jays recently lost to Carroll College 90-60, and they allowed Carroll to shoot 67%, Caleb.
Yeah, Elmhurst has really struggled defending any team, really. The last 3 losses they've had in the CCIW, they've given up nearly 90 points in every single loss. They're actually 313th in the whole country in scoring defense. So, yeah, be ready for a shootout here tonight, Andrew.
Yeah, and also the Thunder also don't play much defense, and saw that against Milliken recently, 94-75, a loss there. What happened there, Caleb?
Yeah, honestly, both teams don't really play a lot of defense, so a lot of points will be scored tonight. And yeah, I mean, Milliken just got hot, and they had open layups. I mean, you're going to shoot a high percentage if you have open layups. Wheaton was undisciplined. They didn't communicate well, and I think they thought they would walk into Decatur and get a win because Milliken's been down, but that was not the case. And so this game is so much more significant because both teams are on skids. And let's see who can right the ship tonight.
Yeah, and if you missed the previous broadcast, the women's basketball broadcast, I'm wearing this t-shirt for Katie McDaniels, 3-time All-American. Had a rare form of bone cancer, but she's cancer-free now. Was using the event tonight with the game before and the game coming up tonight, the men's game, to raise awareness as well as funds for it. And all funds, all proceeds that are given will be matched by a generous donor all the way up to $10,000. So please consider throughout this game giving to that. And we're going to take a break, send it over to the media desk, or the scorer's table rather, and we'll be right back here with some more Thunder basketball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going up against the Elmhurst College Blue Jays. Tonight's games are to promote and support cancer awareness. As we look around the gym this evening, I'm sure that many of you have been impacted by cancer, whether it be individually or as a family member or friend. Tonight we honor those of you who are survivors, those of you who have been caregivers, and those of you who have provided support to relatives and friends who have faced this battle. The women's basketball family was impacted by cancer last spring when we found out that Katie McDaniels, our senior point guard at the time, had been diagnosed with chondrosarcoma, a rare bone cancer. Tonight Katie is here, doing well and is cancer-free. To honor her fight, all donations are going to the Sarcoma Foundation of America to support research to help find a cure. Any donation given will be matched up to $10,000 to support the work being done by the Sarcoma Foundation. Accept the challenge and give generously, knowing that anything you give will be doubled based on the portion being matched. We hope that tonight's efforts will bring a greater awareness of both the tremendous needs and encouraging progress that is being made in regards to cancer. To donate, stop by the Rikens Rowdies table in the lobby of King Arena. And now the national anthem. And now the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Elmhurst. At one guard, a 5'10 freshman out of Chicago Heights, number 1, Jake Rohde. The other guard, a 6'2 sophomore out of Rochester Hills, number 11, Ryan Patton. At 1 forward, a 6'7 junior out of Roseville, number 20, Lance Gardner. The other forward, a 6'4 freshman out of Peru, number 23, Peyton Sampson. And at center, a 6'7 junior out of Berwyn, number 30, Jeremy Ireland. Elmhurst College is coached by John Baines. And now Wheaton College fans, on your feet, the starting lineup for your Wheaton College Thunder. At one guard, a 6'1 junior out of Tyler, Texas, number 1, Aston Francis. The other guard, a 6'3 senior out of New Trier High School, number 22, Ricky Samuelson. At forward, a 6'5 junior out of Maitland, number 3, Kobe Eichelberger. The other forward, a 6'4 junior out of Medina, Ohio, number 34, Luke Peters. And at center, a 6'8 sophomore out of Chicago, number 25, Anajawan Spencer. Wheaton College is coached by Mike Schauer, who's assisted by JP John Panner and Shantae Gibbs.
And welcome back to the media table. Again, my name is Andrew Pitkin alongside Caleb Springer. And tonight for the Elmhurst Blue Jays, the player making his first start of the season is Peyton Sampson, a 6'4", 205-pound freshman out of Peru, Illinois.
Yeah, it's his first start. He's played in a lot of games, so it's not like he doesn't have experience. But first time starting, looks like the Blue Jays are going for a different look after their embarrassing 30-point loss to Carroll.
And how do you think, if you're a Thunder fan, you get Aston Francis going in this game?
I mean, he doesn't really need a lot of help, which is nice because he can get a shot off whenever he wants to. It's just a matter of if/when he gets hot, and if he's hot at the end of the game.
That tip won by Lance Gardner against Jay Spencer. Now here's Patton. Down low to Sampson. And Ireland kicking out to Rode. Rode jump step. And the ball lost by Gardner. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Ireland underneath, fading away. Doesn't go. Spencer with the board.
Ireland is a player to watch. He has 10 double-doubles on the season. Great presence in the scoring column and rebounding.
Eichelberger to his right side, but comes up short. And Sampson has the first rebound of the game for the Blue Jays. Into the lane is Road, down low to Ireland. Kick out here to Patton for 3, hits.
Elmhurst, although they struggle defensively, they can clearly put up a lot of points. Earlier on December 9th, I believe, these two teams went to double overtime.
Samuelson fadeaway baseline 2. Nice job creating his own shot. So here's Road directing traffic. Kick in the corner to Patton. To Ireland. Blocked by Spencer. Goodness. And Peters fouled by Road. Road just reaching in desperation. Didn't want to stop him on the drive.
Yeah, what a block by Spencer. So we watched the replay. Good job of waiting for Ireland to go up first. Long arm, swatted right to Peters. It's one thing if you can swat a ball. Another thing if you can swat a ball to your teammates, you can get going on transition the other way.
Peters working on Road underneath, and another foul called on Road. That's 2 personals in the first minute 40 seconds of this game.
That's very significant. Jake Road is a huge part of this team. The freshman is averaging 15 points and around 5 to 6 assists on per night. So if he has to sit the rest of this half or the majority of it, that's a big loss for the Blue Jays.
In for him is fellow freshman Nick Perry, 5'11", 165. Francis, step back 3, no good. And Sampson has it. So now a new point guard in, Nick Perry. We'll see how the Elmhurst offense responds. That one's stolen by Samuelson. Up to Eichelberger. And he is hacked hard. And an intentional called on number 20, Lance Gardner.
Yeah, Kobe was going up for a dunk. You see on the replay here, Gardner, I don't know how much of a...
It's tough because he got the ball initially, but then followed through into Eichelberger's face very clearly. So it's a judgment call judged a flagrant. So Eichelberger has 2 shots here, and the Thunder will retain possession of the ball. First one's in.
Gardner out of Roseville, Minnesota. I have memories playing against him growing up. It's kind of crazy how it works where I'm calling his game in Illinois.
How was he as a player growing up?
He's always good. He's really long, athletic. He has a good just basketball body. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of specifics, but I remember playing against him very vividly.
So back into Peters, we're playing again. Francis trying to create off Sampson. Kick out to Samuelson. Doesn't go. Eichelberger with the offensive rebound. Thought about the 3-pointer, now deep out to Francis. And another miss for him.
Francis makes so many crazy threes that if he has a wide open one, it's kind of just weird to watch because most of his threes are contested.
The entire defense of any team is focused on him. Here's Patton. A little shove into Samuelson to create space and puts it in. Peters met by full court pressure with Perry. Pass in the corner to Eichelberger, open for 3. And it doesn't go, and a foul called on Francis. And that's a tough one on the loose ball.
Yeah, it looks like he fouled him. Let's see on the replay. Kobe is open 3. Threes are not falling early. Yeah, he got him across the face there on the rebound. Francis has to be careful now.
Thunder 0 for 4 from 3 so far. 1 for 6 from the field overall. Ireland to Patton. Getting it down low to Gardner. Slapped out of his hands. And this one tipped by Francis, but he couldn't corral it. Then blocked by Spencer. Sampson puts it back up, gets his own rebound again, puts it back up, and the 3rd, 4th, 5th attempt, I don't know what it was, goes down.
Yeah, Elmhurst getting to the 50-50 balls early. I would expect Wheaton to come out with more energy after getting walloped down in Decatur. A little bit of a slow start for the Thunder.
No look pass from Francis. Now the ball out to him, deep 3. Doesn't go. Patton into the lane, spin move, and Eichelberger has a steal. Poked out by Sampson, so the ball stays with the Thunder. Spencer Peterson is in for Jay Spencer. Maybe a little bit of girth down low. Try to get a little more rebounding power down there. Here's Eichelberger and Francis. Eichelberger driving on Sampson and gets a soft touch.
Kobe has been performing at a very high level the last couple weeks. He's always been what I've deemed to be Wheaton's X factor. If he's scoring 12, 15 points a game, Wheaton's normally winning.
That one missed everything from Patton, saved by Ireland to Gardner.
Francis has to be careful. Almost got a second foul there.
Nice shot there from number 30, Jeremy Ireland. Yeah, Francis gets 2 personal fouls here in the first 5 minutes of the game. That would be devastating. Peterson down low on Ireland, and a travel called on him. Tonight, Wheaton basketball is raising awareness and funds for the Sarcoma Foundation of America. Last spring, All-American point guard Katie McDaniels was diagnosed with a rare bone cancer called chondrosarcoma after surgery in May. Thankfully, she is cancer-free today. Help us find a cure by donating to tonight's effort by following the instructions listed on the scoreboard for tonight's broadcast. Thanks to an anonymous donor, all donations raised tonight will be matched up to $10,000. Every little bit helps, so please consider donating. Just into the game is number 13, Derek Dotlick. Patton down to Ireland, and a little wide of him, out of bounds.
Early on, Elmhurst struggling to take care of the ball. I believe that's their 3rd turnover. They are not a great turnover margin team. They don't really cause a lot of turnovers, so it's hard to have a good turnover margin when you don't cause turnovers.
Francis, Peterson wide open, in and out. Quam trying for the board, and out of bounds off of Ireland. Looked like Ireland went through the body of Quam a little bit there.
Yeah, that's a wide open shot for Peterson. He's struggled from 3. He's just 20% on the season. So if you're Elmhurst, if you're going to leave one person open for a 3, they did a good job leaving him open.
Out to Peters with no one guarding him. Drives in off the glass, and a blocking call underneath on Sampson. Looked to me like he had pretty good position, but he's inside that circle.
Peters going to the line where he's struggled this season, shooting 46% on the year.
This is the first one.
He has that high arching shot, just a little short there.
Yeah, the high arc definitely gives it a lot of room to nestle into the rim and into the net, but just seems to have trouble finding the distance. Is usually on line when he shoots. And that one just a little bit long, overcompensating. So Rode is back in with 2 personal fouls for Elmhurst.
Yeah, Coach Baines is really trusting his freshman, Jake Rode, with 2 fouls, coming back with just 14 minutes left in the first half.
Down to Pavlos Marakis, and a 3-pointer there for Dotlick. Excuse me, Dotlich. So 12-5 is the opening score for the Blue Jays. Francis, step back 3-pointer. No good, rebound by Dotlich.
Francis struggling at going 0 for 4 from 3. You'd hope to see him maybe get an easier one, to see the ball through the hoop. That was a tough running away 3. He can make them, but maybe not your first 3 of the game.
Denham Rock is out of the way, and then Patton with a baseline jumper doesn't go. Ireland with the offensive rebound. Into the corner to Dotlich, lost his defender, Patton with the tip. And the Thunder finally corral the rebound.
Yeah, the Blue Jays just want it more right now.
Francis into the lane, over to Spencer, tipped, and actually blocked by Ireland. But the Thunder keep it.
Yeah, Wheaton never really wins the rebounding battle, but early on it's already 10-5 in favor of Elmhurst. If Wheaton wants to get off this two-game skid, they need to focus more on the defensive glass, not allow the likes of Ireland and Maricus and others to get those low boards.
Lots of subs for Elmhurst. Justin Fox is into the game for the first time. Francis working on Fox. Swing pass over to Samuelson for three. Doesn't go. Eichelberger skying for it, but couldn't corral it. Rode inside to Dotlich, and he's blocked by Spencer. And a jump ball possession arrow with the Thunder. Jay Spencer now with 2 blocks on the game.
Spencer has 29 blocks now in the season, averaging more than 1 a game. Those long arms.
He's had a lot of multi-block games as well. This one back cut to Samuelson and one. That's the play, Caleb.
Just a beautiful play. It's one of those plays where, as you can see here, Samuelson pretends like he's going off the double screen for the 3, back cuts. Just a great read by Samuelson, and that's totally on him because Coach Schauer puts that play in, giving Samuelson the freedom either to back cut or to go off the double screen based on what the defender does. He reads it perfectly and gets the and-one.
And if you let a plus 55% three-point shooter come off a double screen, you're in trouble. But if you let him on a back cut, you're also in trouble, as we just saw. Barakis to Dotlich. Rode. Corner to Gardner. Down low to Marakis. And Marakis through the body of Eichelberger.
Looks like Wheaton is going to go with Cade Alioth coming in, try to give him some more big bodies on the court. They've been dominated down low so far this game.
Spencer misses the 3, but then he is fouled on the floor going for his own offensive rebound. Wheaton basketball is on a mission tonight to raise awareness and funds for the Sarcoma Foundation of America in honor of Katie McDaniels and her fight against chondrosarcoma. All donations made tonight will be matched up to $10,000. So please consider how you can contribute to tonight's event. Directions are on the scoreboard for how you can donate. Go to @Rikens Rowdies on Venmo, and please donate to that because it's a great cause, and also just a cancer that a lot of people aren't able to detect as early, as Peters dribbles this one off his foot. So there's definitely more research that needs to be done because she was misdiagnosed 2, 3, even 4 times before they understood it was sarcoma. And luckily for her, she is cancer-free, and we praise God for that here at Wheaton College, no doubt.
One of the crazier stories that she was able to be an All-American for multiple years while struggling with it. Just crazy story it's one of those sports stories that just kind of warms your heart that she was able to play through it, play so well, and now she's cancer-free.
Samuelson tried to step back now, passing away to Peters. Going on Fox. Kick out to Eichelberger. He's got a lane, floats it over the defender.
Eichelberger with 5, Samuelson with 5, and that's it for Wheaton scoring so far.
Yeah, you've got Francis, Samuelson, Spencer, and Peterson with all missed field goals. And Quam working underneath to get a jump ball. The ball stays here with the Blue Jays.
Eichelberger has just played with that confidence that he knows he's one of the better players in this conference now. And that's just so necessary. It's so mental, this game. And Eichelberger earlier on in his career played a little more hesitant, but now he's just playing, and you've seen the results.
Brandon Auker into the game, throwing that one in. And Cade Alioth is in. This one over to Dotlich. Eichelberger with the hedge. And this one nearly taken away by Peters, thrown up by Dotlich, but nowhere near the mark as he was desperation throwing that one up from the ground. Aston Francis back into the game. We'll see if he can get going a little bit better. 0 for 4 so far.
Well, I promised all you viewers a shootout tonight, and so far it's been anything but that. Just 14-10 quarter into this game.
Eichelberger driving in. Off the glass, ollie off with the tip in. Now Gardner the other way, and the Thunder didn't get back.
You know, Coach Showers can be so frustrated about that. A beautiful play on one end, then Thunder failed to get back.
Samuelson for 3, hits. A little more scoring now, Caleb.
There you go. I think they were just waiting for my cue, I guess.
They were just waiting for you to say something, and now everything's going off.
Now Wheaton 1 of 10 from 3. That's the first 3. Samuelson's 1 of 3. He leads the entire country in three-point field goal percentage at 57%.
Walker getting it down low to Fox, who wanted a tug foul on his defender, won't get it.
Yeah, if you leave Samuelson open like that, it's only a matter of time before he knocks one down. Such an amazing shooter. Yeah, he's actually something to keep an eye on. He's 10th all-time in Wheaton three-point shooting, and Aston Francis is 6th currently.
And he misses another 3, another tough step back taken by him. Here's Gardner. Switch over to Patton. Gardner with Peters on him. And a foul there on Eichelberger. Really impressive take from Brandon Walker.
Yeah, nice take by the senior out of Evansville, Indiana. He only averages actually 0.3 points per game. So he has now doubled, maybe tripled his average.
Yeah, really giving his team a boost in a game where Jake Rode had 2 early personal fouls and hasn't seen a lot of time in this first half. Unable to complete the three-point play.
Let's see if Francis can get an easier bucket.
Eichelberger around Fox. That jab step go right.
That's a patented move. He does that nearly every time. Every time he's in an ISO, he does that little jab to the right, then he goes to the right. So quick, so long, tough to stay in front of.
Walker had Quam on the pump fake, then tried to pass it down low. Francis running out. Behind the back pass to Quam. Doesn't come off.
Good pass. Looks like Quam just mishandled it.
Gardner for 3 doesn't go. Good box out by Eichelberger, who ended up on the floor. And I thought Francis was going to try that shot. Working on Walker, and now he's double teamed. Throws it wildly out of bounds. And man, he just really can't find a rhythm in this one.
Yeah, he struggled early. It's so weird to see him struggle because he just doesn't that often. Normally he's knocking down threes, getting good assists, but early on here it's 0 points, 2 turnovers, 1 assist for Francis.
Or if he struggles, it's always keep shooting, because it's going to come. Like you make the analogy of him to a microwave. He's going to heat up at some point. But to this point, 13 minutes in, he hasn't. This one outside shot doesn't go for Walker. Quam guarded by Patton. Down to Peters, guarded by Walker. And he's double teamed by Patton. Nice over the head pass to Peterson.
Peters, good job of controlling the ball despite the double team, and just great court awareness to know Peterson's guy was the one that came to help. Just dump it over his head for a layup.
And here is the ball with Walker. Patton open for 3. Not this time.
That's a great set. Patton either has the opportunity to run for a back cut or step out for three. Just missed it.
Good take by Peters, but couldn't focus at the end of it when he was bumped by Sampson. Now Lance Gardner. Patton down low to Gardner. He blows the layup. Samuelson taking it on Sampson, who was leaning back when Samuelson made the contact, so I think that's why there was a no call. Timeout taken by Elmhurst.
Sampson made that so obvious he was going to try and take a charge that Samuelson was able to recognize that and kind of sidestep him.
This season, Wheaton Athletics is proud to partner with Realty Executives as the exclusive sponsor of replays on our broadcast. We're happy to welcome Eric Logan, Becky Vanderveen, and the Energized team to the Wheaton Athletics family and extend a special thank you to them for partnering with us to enhance our WTSN broadcast. And tonight, Wheaton basketball is raising awareness and funds for the Sarcoma Foundation of America. Last spring, All-American point guard Katie McDaniels was diagnosed with a rare bone cancer called chondrosarcoma. After surgery in May, thankfully, she is cancer-free today. Help us find a cure by donating to tonight's effort by following the instructions listed on the scoreboard for tonight's broadcast. Thanks to an anonymous donor, all donations raised tonight will be matched up to $10,000. Every little bit helps, so please consider donating, and those instructions will be up as soon as this timeout's over, as soon as we've got the scoreboard back up here. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Schauer draws up, and to me, this is the difference between last year and this year is you're winning a game 21-18 in which Aston Francis is 0-5 from the field with no points.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're winning a game without the fourth leading scorer in the whole country without any points, it means that some other guys are stepping up. And today, it's been Ricky Samuelson, especially, and Kobe Eichelberger. They have 17. They combined for 17 of the 21 points tonight. So it's just if one person isn't performing as they should, just one person has to step up, and that's how a good teams play.
Jake Rode is back in with 2 personal fouls. Patton picked it up. Now gets it to Ireland and to Sampson. Gardner down low, backing down Francis. Does he have a steal? No, down low to Sampson, blocked by Peterson and Spencer. And might be a shot clock violation here.
I believe it, yeah, it never hit the rim. So it's just, it looks like from the replay it should be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, ball never touching the rim, and you could see just barely sliver of the shot clock there. And we got the explanation from the referee himself, which is really helpful for us because earlier in IWU game we had no idea what was going on and nobody told us anything. So shot clock violation, never hit the rim. Eichelberger into the body of Sampson, thought he could have put that up, instead kicks it out. Francis gets a screen. Now he's doubled. Out to Samuelson, guarded by Patton. Kicked out to Eichelberger. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Has to put it up. Doesn't go. And Ireland with the rebound. Ball out to Gardner. Auker around to Gardner. Auker into the lane, kick out to Patton, thought about the 3, now he's around Samuelson, into the body of Alioth, and a foul call.
Great ball movement by Elmhurst. The ball never was stuck on someone's hands. It was just constantly moving back and forth. Good move here by Patton, going straight in the body, drawing the foul. I mean, even though he was straight up, when you get that deep and you go into someone, a lot of times the refs will call a foul, and that's exactly what Patton did there.
Yeah, and sometimes teams are passing around the outside arc, not with a lot of purpose, but there Elmhurst was saying, we're getting the defense moving to the point where Patton was in the corner, just one pump fake, and he's able to get his shoulder past Samuelson.
Yeah, if you move the ball fast enough and for long enough in the possession, the biggest thing that ends up happening is help side kind of disappears because people are scrambling. And there you go. Just as you said, Andrew, the help side was not there, or it was late, and Patton was able to take Ricky one-on-one and get the foul.
So 1 free throw for Patton there. And Jake Rode back into the game for Auker. Down low to Francis, guarded by Gardner. Fadeaway 2, short. Olioff with the offensive rebound. Francis thought about the three-point shot. Kick out to Eichelberger for 3. Doesn't go, and Gardner has it. Road to Gardner. Down low to Ireland. Ireland traveled before he could put the ball up. Wheaton basketball is on a mission tonight to raise awareness and funds for the Sarcoma Foundation of America in honor of Katie McDaniels and her fight against chondrosarcoma. All donations made tonight will be matched up to $10,000, so please consider how you can contribute to tonight's event. Directions are on the scoreboard for how you can donate to that cause. Katie McDaniels in attendance tonight gave a halftime speech in the game before this, the women's game, as Samuelson can't make this three-pointer and Eichelberger recovers the offensive long rebound. Well, it's just good to hear from Katie McDaniels and hear about her journey. We were able to interview her before the start of the second half of the women's game as well, and just hear how she's doing now and kind of the heart she has for this type of stuff now. Anybody that's affected by cancer. Luke Peters going in and is fouled will get 2 free throws. He's 0 for 2 from the line today.
Yeah, disappointing thing, the last, I would say 10 minutes, Wheaton has been in the bonus, but they have not been able to take advantage. Elmhurst had 6 very quick fouls, and it took a long time for them to draw the 7th. That's when you're struggling offensively, one of the best ways to overcome that is to go to the foul line and make a lot of free throws. And Wheaton is just 2 of 6 so far tonight.
And that one off the backboard, then the rim. So Peters taking it at Auker. Now out to Spencer. Eichelberger goes left this time into Sampson, and an offensive foul called. He certainly lowered his shoulder, but no elbow came out.
Eichelberger, when he attacks, he goes so strong, and he tends to launch his body at people, which I don't think that's really an offensive foul because Sampson was so far out of position. If Eichelberger launches his body at someone and the person's standing there still or in a good defense position, I get that. But there, it just looked like he was he was sideways, he was running along with him. Yeah, I don't really agree with that call. It's a big one because Eichelberger has 2 fouls now, and he's been a huge source of offense for the Thunder tonight.
We've been at this 21-19 score for a while, now knotted up at 21.
That's Ireland's just second basket of the night as well. I mean, everyone's playing well below their statistics tonight in this low-scoring, grinded-out game so far.
Francis trying to kick it out, but ends up out of bounds. Spencer not in that area. So 2:48 left. We'll see if either team makes a run here going into halftime. Not too pivotal of a time in the game, but could prove to be.
Yeah, it's always good, as you mentioned, to go into halftime with a little bit of momentum, feel good, feel better about your half. Because right now, Wheaton's shooting 33% from the field and 7% from 3. Very uncharacteristically shooting poorly in King Arena, because normally they light it up in here.
Yeah, they're ranked 24th in the nation in overall games so far this season for field goal percentage at 49%. Here's Ireland. Rode gets into the lane, can't finish it. Rebound by Marakis and puts it in.
Great job by Marakis. Keep the ball at his chin. A lot of big men, when they get the rebound, they bring it down to gather again, and that's where guards can strip it. But Marakis just kept it above his chest and went straight up and finished.
Down to Peters, took some contact, and then blocked out of bounds by Ireland. And Auker checking back into the game will take Jake Rode out. And Rode playing sparingly in this first half, but since getting that second personal has played also pretty smart and still been of use to Coach Bain.
So many of my players that I deemed as key players before the game have not really performed. Jake Rode, 0 points, 0 assists. Last time they played, he had like 25 and 10 assists. Aston Francis had 45 points in their last meeting, and he had 0. 0 of 7 from the field. Ireland has 4 points, 3 rebounds. He had 19 and 15 last game. So just both teams just struggling. It's been a very sloppy game.
And just more of a low-scoring effort also from each team. Just 21 and 23 points so far. Rode gets a screen from Ireland, trying to get past Peters. Down to Dotlich, and then up with Ireland, and he misses the layup out to Rode. Walks into a 3, and Ireland is called for a foul underneath, I believe.
Yeah, he pushed off. I happened to be watching. You see here, he's very physical with Spencer. Pushed off, extended his arms. The ref was watching it, and Spencer will go to the line.
Spencer to the line.
So Jay Spencer with a chance to even this one up with about a minute and a half left in this half. Help us reach our goal of raising $10,000 for the Sarcoma Foundation of America. Directions are listed on the bottom of the screen for how you can donate to tonight's event honoring Katie McDaniels and her battle with chondrosarcoma. An anonymous donor will match up to $10,000, so please consider how you can support this cause. And a timeout taken here by Coach Baines, his second of this half.
And to be honest, a lot of these, I mean, certainly there's some turnovers, but a lot of these misses have been relatively open misses. It's not like both teams have this terrible shot selection, but there have been misses on both ends. A lot of wide open threes for Wheaton have not fallen. I remember a couple Blue Jay layups not going in. So this might not be as much of like a tactical issue where both coaches are going to really have to think about how to completely redraw up their set plays for the second half. More of just maybe a focus, or I don't know. You just at the end of the day, basketball is about putting the ball in the basket. And if you shoot the ball well, you'll probably win. And if you don't, you're going to struggle to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to see. I mean, we thought we would be looking at a score in possibly the 40s right now coming to the end of the half. Instead, it's all knotted up at 23, and this could just be a grind of a game for each team. And Rode couldn't handle that one.
And the mark of a good team is, one, knowing your identity and playing to that, knowing if you're a fast-paced Ferrari-type team or if you're more of a slow-it-down, grind-it-out kind of team. But also, the mark of a good team is winning all sorts of kind of games. A team that can play with a grinded-out team and win, and someone who can score 90 points and win. So we'll see if Wheaton, if they're ready to take that next step and win here, because they really need it, because now they're tied with Carthage for the 4 seed in terms of getting into the postseason.
This one tipped out here, and Auker comes away with it. Pass over to Ireland. Now down to Patton. Good find there by the Blue Jays. And Peters lost that one. Here comes Marakis. Marakis going on Spencer. Kick to Ireland. Elbow jumper. Good. 27-23 Blue Jays. And the Thunder have essentially, they do have the last shot.
A little bit of a 4-0 run there for the Blue Jays, trying to end the half with the momentum. This is a very important possession for Wheaton.
Yeah, I'd say the Blue Jay bench is alive right now.
What's going to happen here is Peters will go ISO, and Francis or Samuelson will pop out for a 3.
So double screen here for Francis. Gets it out to him for 3. Hits! Aston Francis finally gets on the board in the last 3 seconds. We saw 19 minutes and 57 seconds without a Francis point. You can see the frustration from him. Obviously such a prolific scorer for this team so far, and it's going to have to be him and some other players combining in this second half. Got a real barn burner so far, and just kind of a slugfest here in King Arena, 27-26. I'm Andrew Pickin alongside Caleb Springer. Join us for the second half in about 13 minutes. This is a Wheaton Thunder Sports Network broadcast produced by Sunrise Communications.
We believe in one sovereign God, eternally existing in three persons, the everlasting Father, His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord, and the Holy Spirit, the giver of life.
And we believe that God created the heavens and the earth out of nothing by His spoken word and for His own glory.
We believe that God has revealed Himself and His truth in the created order, in the Scriptures, and supremely in Jesus Christ.
We believe that the Scriptures of the Old and New Testaments are verbally inspired by God and inerrant in the original writing, so that they are fully trustworthy and of supreme and final authority in all they say.
We believe that Jesus Christ was conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, was true God and true man, existing in one person and without sin.
We believe in the resurrection of the crucified body of our Lord, His ascension into heaven, and His present life there for us as Lord, High Priest, and Advocate.
We believe that God directly created Adam and Eve, the historical parents of the entire human race. And they were created in His own image, distinct from all other living creatures, and in a state of original righteousness.
We believe that our first parents sinned by rebelling against God's revealed will, and thereby incurred physical and spiritual death. And as a result, all human beings are born with a sinful nature that leads them to sin in word, thought, and deed.
We believe in the existence of Satan, sin, and evil powers, and that these have been defeated by God in the cross of Christ.
We believe that the Lord Jesus Christ died for our sins, according to the Scriptures, as a representative and substitutionary sacrifice, triumphing over all evil, and that all who believe in Him are justified by His shed blood and forgiven of all their sins.
We believe that all who receive the Lord Jesus Christ by faith are born again of the Holy Spirit, and thereby become children of God, and are enabled to offer spiritual worship acceptable to God.
We believe that the Holy Spirit indwells and gives life to believers, enables them to understand the Scriptures, empowers them for godly living, and equips them for service and witness.
We believe that the one holy universal church is the body of Christ and is composed of Christ's people.
The task of Christ's people in this world is to be God's redeemed people, embodying His love by worshiping God with confession, prayer, and praise, by proclaiming the gospel of God's redemptive love through our Lord Jesus Christ to the ends of the earth by word and deed, by caring for all God's creation, by actively seeking the good of everyone, especially the poor and the needy.
We believe in the blessed hope that Jesus Christ will soon return to this earth, personally, visibly, and unexpectedly, in power and great glory, to gather his elect, to raise the dead, to judge the nations, and to bring his kingdom to fulfillment.
We believe in the bodily resurrection of the just and the unjust, the everlasting punishment of the lost, and the everlasting blessedness of the saved.
And the sun was shining as well as it could on the shadowy river, a good part of the shine being caught in the trees. Since about this time last year, painting the Fox River, starting up in West Dundee in the north, we're going to cover all the way down to Ottawa. I hope that it happens at least with one painting I make out of these 60 that, you know, when you look at it, it just leads you. It's heuristic. You know, it wants you to go. It wants you to encounter. I mean, I sometimes think of it as kind of homesickness, you know, where you feel like your identity is out there somewhere else. You're here, but you have this pull, you know, to be somewhere, and it's an ache. In Gilead, you know, John Ames at some point talks about this town, Gilead, and he says, you know, this town has been wearied a little and then wearied a little more, and yet he says hope is still there. And I mean, that is the thing. Hope isn't the accomplishment. This whole idea of, you know, when is hope important? It's important when it's dark, you know, when you can't see. That's when it manifests itself as a possibility. So these paintings aren't about a sort of glorious resolution, but I hope they are something that makes one feel a glimmer of hope for possibilities.
Hi, I'm Nate Brown. College will be one of the most transformational experiences in your life. My education in the context of a Christian community helps shape the way I live and engage the world around me. I love that Wheaton relates Christian liberal arts to the needs of contemporary society. The classes are designed to combine faith and learning, giving you a biblical perspective that's accessible and applicable. Wheaton students are challenged to answer questions like, what does it mean to live as a Christian doctor, engineer, or business professional? Being in an environment with other students and faculty who are passionate about their faith and serious about their education will help you to know who you are in Christ and prepare you to go wherever He leads you. I look forward to helping you find your way to Wheaton. Talk to you soon.
Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new.
Good evening. Welcome back to King Arena here at the media table. I'm Andrew Picken alongside Caleb Springer, bringing you this Wheaton Thunder Sports Network broadcast produced by Sunrise Communications. And tonight we have the Wheaton College Thunder as well as the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Right now, Elmhurst up 27-26. Would have been 23-27 if Aston hadn't hit his first made field goal and gotten his first points of the game right at the end of the half.
Yeah, a couple things circled on our stat sheet. Aston, as you said, just 3 points. He's averaging 27. And Wheaton as a team is shooting 2 of 15 from 3. It's one of the best three-point shooting teams in the whole nation. That's very uncharacteristic. And at the end of the day, as we were just talking about, I mean, whoever ends up start putting the ball in the basket is going to win this game. It's pretty simple. It's not like people are not getting good shots. Just a lot of missed open shots. And certainly there's a couple Aston Francis kind of crazy ones, but I mean, that's totally fine because that's just how he plays and that's how he scores.
And if he makes 2 or 3 of them in a row in this half, watch out.
Yeah, Aston will score a decent amount this half. It's just a matter of, you know, will the other guys continue to perform? Will Ricky have another 10-point half? Will Kobe have a 10-point half? And whether they'll be able to stop Elmhurst on the other end.
So underway here in King Arena in the second half. Jay Spencer shooting a 3 off the other side of the backboard.
Just a really terrible first possession. Kind of stand there for a while and just huck up a 3. Coach Schauer can't like that.
And a foul here now going against Spencer on Ireland.
Yeah, he got his arm stuck in there. That's a foul. Spencer with a rough start to this half.
That's just his first personal of the game, though. Gardner down low to Ireland. Kick out to Gardner for 3. No good, and Eichelberger has it. Pass up to Francis on the run out, tipped out by Gardner. Good recovery defense to get in that lane.
Good job of Gardner. A lot of times after shooting a 3, you kind of just watch it for a while and stand there. Gardner instead hustles back and gets the deflection.
Well, I'd say it's fitting on the night that we decided to hand out foam fingers as Eichelberger takes this one in, gets his own rebound, doesn't finish. Handed out 3-point symbol foam fingers. The Thunder are 2 of 16 from 3-point range. Patton, skip pass to Rode, and out of bounds off of Rode. Seen that a couple times from him along the baseline or sideline. Peters meeting him, and then he loses the ball.
Also, just an uncharacteristic game from him. 0 points, 0 assists. He's one of the leaders in the country in assists.
Kick out to Samuelson. Finds his way into the lane and doesn't make it. Sampson with the rebound. Wow, nice take there by Ireland. So those are the first 2 points of this half. Francis for 3, front iron. Peters back up. Peterson with the offensive rebound and 1. Spencer Peterson with a chance to tie it up.
Good job not giving up on the play. Peterson using his big body to hold off Sampson and go up and draw the foul from Ireland.
Yeah, Eichelberger, who missed that shot just before. We haven't talked about it too much, but him just 3 of 10 from the field with 7 points. Also a rough game for him. Peterson can't complete the 3-point play, and Rode looking for a pass. To Gardner. Now Rode. Shot clock just continuing to wind down for Elmhurst. Rode trying to create now in the lane. Gets it over to Ireland. No make there. Here's Francis the other way. Blocked from behind by Ireland. But the putback by Peterson.
Yeah, quite the effort from Ireland. Missing the shot. Sprinting back. Getting the block. But good job of Peterson of following it up. It'd be easy there just to stay back on defense, assuming Francis, one of the best scorers in the country, will lay it up. But Peterson instead followed him, and he got rewarded for it.
Patton misses that one, and then a foul going against the Blue Jays.
Spencer Peterson providing some energy, going up, football mentality, going to get the football. Good spark of energy from Peterson early in this half.
So the Thunder in the lead again after that lay-in from Peterson. And here's the ball with Francis. Deep 3 hits. And Gardner too late to that one.
He will score a lot this half. It's just in his mentality that I honestly don't think he can go 40 minutes without getting hot at some point. Elmhurst really has to be careful and to not let that happen.
Patton fade away, in and out. Francis urging Peters to drive forward. And he's wrapped around the neck.
That's his second time Gardner has been called with an intentional foul this game.
And that one a little more obvious, going up around the neck area.
I might be mistaken. I thought it was him earlier, but it's just his
maybe it was Ireland before.
First foul.
Now it's showing second personal foul. Coach Schauer upset about something. If that is his second flagrant of the game, I don't know what the rules are, but maybe he wants some type of ejection or something. That's the way it is in the NBA anyway. 2 flagrant ones equal a flagrant 2. However, NCAA rule could be different.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did they call it a flagrant foul or let's see on the replay. Yeah, I don't know. But at the end of the day, Gardner's still in the game. Peters knocks down the free throw, and all of a sudden, Wheaton's on the verge of pulling away a little bit.
So here is Peters. Deep three for Francis. Doesn't go. And that one just taken really early during the shot clock. Tips it away, and Rode got it back. Looking for some movement from the Blue Jays. Rode to Gardner. Down low to Rode on the back cut. Alley-oop with the English off the glass.
Yeah, impressive play by Rode. If he would have caught that and come down, there was a high chance he would have gotten blocked, but he was able to finish while in the air. Very acrobatic play from the freshman.
Skip to Eichelberger, open for three, short.
That was not even close.
Rode kick to Granger, or Gardner rather. Rode reaching from Peters. He's got nothing but open space and lays it in.
Good job of Peters. First field goal of the game. Wheaton back with a 5-point lead.
That one taken in by Patton, and a foul called there as he'll head to the line.
A little bit of bailout there. I didn't really see a foul. He just kind of launched his body at the defender, kind of out of control fashion, but he got bailed out.
Either way, he'll see 2 free throws. Help us reach our goal of raising $10,000 for the Sarcoma Foundation of America. Directions are listed on the bottom of the screen for how you can donate to tonight's event honoring Katie McDaniels and her battle with chondrosarcoma. An anonymous donor will match up to $10,000, so please consider how you can support this cause. Katie McDaniels, we didn't broadcast this one because we broadcasted her first halftime speech, but gave another halftime speech about her struggle and her journey with chondrosarcoma, and is now cancer-free, but wants to raise awareness as well as funds for more research. And the directions for that right on the bottom. Flashy move from Francis out to Peterson for 3. Hits! And the hockey assist, the glamorous hockey assist from Aston Francis.
Spencer Peterson, one of the highlights of this game, 9 points, 5 rebounds, knocks down a huge 3. If he can start making those, that'll help this Wheaton offensive line.
Thunder now with their largest lead of the game, pushing it only to 6 points. Elmhurst on the other side of things had a 7-point lead pretty early on. So this game has just been back and forth the whole time, most of the time around a pretty close score.
Yeah, Wheaton with 13 points so far this half in 5 minutes. This is more of the pace that we're used to. First half was just so strange, just low energy, just not a lot of passion, just not making shots, but the last couple minutes has been more of the Wheaton basketball we've come to appreciate this season.
Yeah, slow and the Thunder have not been 2 words that go in the same sentence too often this season. And it's a really good lineup they've got in there to deal with some of the size that Elmhurst is going with. Spencer Peterson is anchoring that center position with all of his weight that he's brought from lifting with football and the football team. And then Jay Spencer, if he comes from the weak side and anyone is being guarded, he could swat it into the 5th row at any time. Rode to Dotlich. And this one turned over. Francis, nice pass to Peterson, reverse lay-in. Now Road to Dotlich. Back on over to Road, fading three, it doesn't go. Again, the Thunder pushing the pace. Quam running out over to Francis. Back out to Quam. Francis in the corner, driving. And that one tipped away by Sampson into the bench. Good effort from him, and nice pass here from Francis.
Yeah, beautiful pass. Good job, Peterson, running the court just like he runs down the football field from the quarterback position.
Six minutes gone here in the second half. Ball out to Francis for three. Doesn't go. Off the foot of Quam, so it'll go the other way. Good job by Marakis to be in the area, so Quam couldn't bring it down cleanly.
Got kind of a crazy score for you for the CCW today. Carroll took down Augustana Vikings 77-69, an upset. And at the half, North Park is beating North Central 30-29.
That one swatted by Spencer, but he fouled him first.
Let's see on the replay here if he got body. Guess you can see just down below a little bit of contact, but up top it was surely clean.
Yeah, that's a tough pill for him to swallow there. Cancer has impacted the lives of nearly everyone, and tonight Wheaton basketball and Rikens Rowdies are fighting back. Tonight's event honors 2017 grad Katie McDaniels in her battle against chondrosarcoma. All donations tonight support the Sarcoma Foundation of America and will be matched up to $10,000. Please help us reach our goal. See the information on the bottom of your screen to see how you can join the fight against sarcoma. Sampson with another free throw, and it's in. Entering the game is Ireland for him. And Eichelberger's back in. Francis taking a breather. So with this lineup, Eichelberger and Samuelson, two of the leading scorers on the floor. Peterson down low on Marakis, using his body and his strength, but couldn't get the hook shot to go after that work.
Got to a great spot, just couldn't finish it.
Ball over to Fox. Quam fell down and couldn't guard him for a second, and then Peterson's arm just a little bit hooked into Marakis. That's a tough call.
See on the replay here. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you call that, you could call on every possession. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Kind of like a holding call in football. But, I mean, by definition, that's probably a foul.
Cade Olieth in for him. The freshman seen more time in this one than he's used to, and within seconds of being in the game has his own foul.
America is drawing 2 fouls in 2 seconds.
And that's the second on Olioth as well in his sparing minutes today. Road. Nice elbow jumper.
Here we have another 4-point lead. Wheaton looked like they were primed to pull away a little bit, but here we have the game again.
Eichelberger over to Olioth. Out to Eichelberger, wide open for 3. Ireland was there, and then he gets it to go and 1.
Although Eichelberger's just, I think it's 4 of 12 now from the field, he has continued to be aggressive, and that is what Wheaton wants. Even if it isn't falling, even if the shots aren't falling, him putting the pressure on the defense by constantly attacking the basket is just great for this Thunder team. It frees up passes to the perimeter for 3, and just whenever you attack the basket strong, it just puts such a strain on the defense.
We're seeing some different moves from the Thunder in this game as well, and they continue to struggle from the line. 5 of 13 in this game. And a travel here called on Dotlich. Ball into Zach Quam. Eichelberger was open, but Quam bringing it up himself. Gets around Rode. Now down low to Alioth, and he has a reverse layup.
A great play by Quam to get it around Rode, who was going for the steal. Great pass to the freshman.
And miscommunication there. Ireland throws it to the bench. Dotlich was back cutting.
Yeah, normally you have some kind of either signal or understanding of when you're going to back cut and when you're not. Just a miscommunication there from Elmhurst. Ireland rocketed the ball into the bench.
Francis trying to get around Fox, and he's fouled. I don't even know how Francis does it, but he has that sweep move that you're going to see here. Getting around Fox before he even puts the dribble down.
Yeah, the screen's coming from his left, and instead of taking the screen, he rips through right.
Quam hits a three. Big shot for the Thunder, now an 11-point lead.
Thunder offense has come to life. Now with the 12 minutes left in this game, a commanding 11-point lead.
And the Thunder would have had a break there, but Eichelberger was fouled. He takes a quick lap behind us.
Elmhurst has to be careful. If it's any bigger, this lead might be too much to come back from.
Francis into the lane, doesn't go, and the rebound by Ireland. Rode pull-up three, hits.
Wow.
That's guts right there.
As a freshman, in like a 4-on-2 situation, to hit a running pull-up three just shows the confidence that Coach Baines has in his player.
Samuelson misses a three, and he's been cold from there today. Rhodes tries another one, trying to put the Blue Jays on his back. You can see Coach Baines making a face and then encouraging him. It's kind of one of those players that, you know, is really growing up before our eyes here in the CCIW. A freshman and a high contributor to his team already.
Yeah, to some degree, you have to let your best perimeter scorer shoot without even hesitating. But to another degree, you have to understand that certain shots are better than other ones. And certainly he just made one, so it's a little bit of a heat check. Oh, great play.
Down low to Samuelson. Maybe the best back cutter in the CCIW.
Yeah, Ricky, just for 4 years now. I remember freshman year him scoring a lot on back cuts. Just 4 years later, just the same consistent player, leading this Thunder team in scoring with 12 points tonight. Peterson has 11, Eichelberger has 9, Francis with 6, Alioth with 4, Peters 3, Quam 3, Spencer 2. So no one is blowing up the stat sheet as we normally see in Wheaton games, whether it's Ricky Samuelson at the beginning of the year or Francis virtually every game. But a nice balance attack here tonight, showing how so many different players on this team can score.
This season, Wheaton Athletics is proud to partner with Realty Executives as the exclusive sponsor of replays on our broadcast. We're happy to welcome Eric Logan, Becky Vanderveen, and the Energized team to the Wheaton Athletics family and extend a special thank you to them for partnering with us to enhance our WTSM broadcast. Thank you to everyone at Realty Executives and helping us out with this broadcast, everything they do for us. And also, of course, thank you to our production team, Sunrise Communications, and the instant replay, the different angles, everything that they give you here is so unique and great at the Division III level. And we're really fortunate to be able to have all these angles and all the advantages that we have here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you watch a lot of D3 live streams, they are not the quality that you Thunder fans and Blue Jays fans tonight get to experience.
So big thanks to Glenn Liljeberg, everything he does here directing the broadcast tonight. everything he does for us in Sunrise Communications. We're back into action here. Ireland kicks out to Gardner. Now Rode. Screen from Marakis, gets into the lane, gets it down low to Ireland, and maybe fortunately for the Thunder, he was fouled before the pass was made.
Now both teams will be in the bonus for the remainder of this game. So any hand check call or any foul on rebounds will result in free throws. Good job there of Elmhurst recognizing the much smaller Francis guarding Gardner. Gardner with a nice strong move to his right hand.
Yeah, and they should do that every play because that's been the matchup for almost the entire game. Francis into the lane, and he is fouled hard. Man, we could have almost seen yet another flagrant or intentional foul.
Yeah, Francis, see on the replay there, he's ripped through twice, 2 possessions in a row, and this time he fakes the rip through the right, takes it to the left. You really can't favor any side when you're guarding Francis. He can go both ways just as well.
Francis makes the first. Wheaton basketball is on a mission tonight to raise awareness and funds for the Sarcoma Foundation of America in honor of Katie McDaniels and her fight against cholangiocarcinoma. All donations made tonight will be matched up to $10,000, so please consider how you can contribute to tonight's event. Directions are on the scoreboard for how you can donate. Just go to Venmo and go to @Rikens-Rowdies, and you can contribute to fighting that particular cancer. And one there from Gardner. Maybe this will spark the Blue Jays here as they might be down just 7 here.
Yeah, good job, Gardner, going into Jay Spencer's body, just keeping his eye fixed on the backboard, able to finish. The great finishers, even though there's contact, if you look at their eyes, they're always just so focused and dialed in. Gardner, a great job staying focused through contact there.
Peters bringing it up. Now to Peterson. Going on Marakis. Tried to kick it out, but he wasn't open, and then turned over. Marakis took it away. And he traveled. Marakis saying he kept his pivot foot down, but I do think he just slid it a little bit.
Yeah, he was expecting to pass it off, and when you don't, a lot of times you drag that foot, and I think that's what happened there.
And Thunder so far in this half with an 8-point advantage on the Blue Jays, hence a 7-point advantage because they were down 1 at halftime. Here's Francis double team, switch pass over to Samuelson, open for 3, hits! Crazy pass.
2 of 5 from 3, 15 points. The nation's leader in 3-point field goal percentage hits another one.
Over to Patton. Try to pass down low to Marakis. And just a little bit in front of him.
Samuelson he isn't the flashy scorer. He isn't the one hitting step backs. He isn't the one with the crazy moves. But he consistently puts up good numbers on the offensive end. He knocks down open threes. He knows his role. He back cuts well. He's such a reliable player for Wheaton the last 4 years.
Eichelberger in the corner. Gets to the middle. Goes over Ireland.
Yeah, that looks like an and one to me. It looks like he got fouled on the arm. Eichelberger fights through the contact. Now it's 11 points.
We're just seeing Eichelberger understands how high he can jump, and a lot of times it's higher than his defender. Eichelberger almost has the steal. Peters gets to it. A kicked ball going against Eichelberger here.
Another thing about Eichelberger, he's always the first one to the floor. He really plays so hard. He sacrifices his body. I've never seen an issue of him not playing hard enough. And that's just such a great compliment to any player. He wants it.
Timeout taken here by Elmhurst, full timeout. Both teams in the single bonus, as you mentioned, each with 7 team fouls. looking at some scores around the CCIW, Carthage has run away with this one up 78-47 on Milliken, so they'll probably take care of business there. But a tie game between North Central and North Park with 9:52 left. North Park just 1-10 in the CCIW. North Central 8-3. So Thunder fans tuning in, that's a big one.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, the other game, Augustana losing to Carroll. So the 7th-ranked team in the CCIW takes down number 9 Augustana. So now CCIW, I mean, there's going to be a lot more games like that where people win when you don't expect them to, people lose when you expect them to win. So at the end of the day, it's good. You know, it's fun for us as media to check up and see, like, if this happens, we'll make it. At the end of the day, if you're a player, if you're a coach, you just know you got to win. And it's so important to win down the stretch, go on a little winning streak, and Wheaton could easily find themselves in the postseason for the first time since the 2013-2014 season.
Yeah, there's been, last year they had that surge toward the end of the year where if they won a couple CCIW games toward the end, they would have gotten that 4th spot. But instead they couldn't do it, and here they're in another position similarly, except they started the year better. And a foul here on Peters. He is extremely upset, as it did look like Rhodes slipped.
Yeah, let's see on the replay here what happened. Yeah, I mean, Rhodes literally just lost his footing and fell down, and Peters was next to him. But unfortunate call there on Peters.
Take this time to remind you that cancer has impacted the lives of nearly everyone, and tonight Wheaton basketball and Riken's Rowdies are fighting back. Tonight's event honors 2017 grad Katie McDaniels and her battle against chondrosarcoma. All donations tonight support the Sarcoma Foundation of America and will be matched up to $10,000. So please help us reach our goal. See the information on the bottom of the screen to see how you can join the fight against sarcoma that Riken's Rowdies is heading up. Rusty Lindsay put so much into this night, our broadcast coordinator, to make it happen, and big thanks to him as well as Katie McDaniels, as that one is put in by Kobe Eichelberger.
Beautiful spin move. Eichelberger drives left, but normally finishes right, which exactly happened there.
Into the lane is Gardner, and it doesn't go. And Jay Spencer was pushed over, does a little dance before he gets back up. I think maybe just celebrating the foul call that he got there.
See on the replay, we got it. Spencer goes to the line. Just 2 points tonight for Spencer, 2 and 2 from the line. 12-point lead here. 7:46 left. Wheaton just needs to continue to be solid on the defensive end, take good shots, and they should come away with this victory. Much needed victory after the tough loss at home to Augustana, and then going down to Decatur and losing to the Big Blue.
Yeah, and they had to wait a week for this game, too.
Yeah, it's rough to lose against a team you should win right before the bye, because then you know you have a week of hard practices coming up.
Ball out to Rhodes, splits the double team, passing outside to Dotlich. Samuelson finds Ireland underneath, and he misses yet another layup. Samuelson crossover out to Francis, who was definitely going to shoot it, and a double dribble called on Samuelson.
Yeah, Samuelson did not argue with it. I didn't see it, so it must have been a good call. For the most part, I think this game has been reffed very well.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, it's a little bit touchy, but that's kind of the way that NCAA basketball has become. As Rhodes is going to put this one up, and Francis with the rebound. This one all the way up to Spencer, taking it at Sampson. And that is smart take. Just take it into the side of Sampson, because he sets his body so fast that all you got to do is go to the side of him a little bit, and he actually got tripped up a little bit too.
Not much contact, but enough when you're running that fast to affect the shot. Hence the foul. Spencer back at the line.
And it's in.
Wheaton right now winning the rebounding battle, which I do not say very often, but they're up 35-30 on the glass, which includes 13 offensive rebounds.
And Spencer with 4 free throws in a row raises their percentage in this game to 58.
All of a sudden, it's a 16-point game here at King Arena.
Elmhurst needing some scoring. That one partially blocked by Eichelberger. Now Francis running up with Eichelberger, gets it to him, and he put it in. Timeout called here. And the Thunder will regroup here, up by 18.
Yeah, in the first half, we noticed there were no fast break points scored by either team. This half, Wheaton's done a better job of getting rebounds, getting out in transition, and getting easy buckets like that one. Spencer to Francis Eichelberger.
And you got to feel for Rode there because he'd made the initial tip, but unfortunately tipped it and it went back to Eichelberger. If that gets through, though, Eichelberger has a wide open lane, and we know how that story ends.
So in a game where Aston Francis is 2 of 11 from 3, Wheaton is leading by 18 points. It's a testament to their defensive effort and just the ability for other people to score. Because, at halftime, they had 26 points, and now they have 65. So they have clearly done a good job of just loosening up a little bit. They might have been a little tight, a little rusty after a week off, but in the second half, they've really opened up the scoring.
Wheaton basketball is on a mission tonight to raise awareness and funds for the Sarcoma Foundation of America in honor of point guard Katie McDaniels in her fight against chondrosarcoma. All donations made tonight will be matched up to $10,000, so please consider how you can contribute to tonight's event. Directions are on the scoreboard for how you can donate. And again, a generous donor is matching all donations up to $10,000. That just means that your donation is going to be doubled no matter what it is, whether it's a penny, 10 bucks, 50 bucks, whatever it is, it's going to be doubled up to 2 cents, $20, $100. So please take the opportunity to do that because you have the opportunity to give more than you're actually giving, which is a great opportunity. Rode misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Peters has it poked out. Jay Spencer couldn't make it, and foul on the floor is going to go against Ireland.
Spencer back to the line where he's been a lot this half. He's 4 of 4 this half. In the last, I would say 5 minutes. Now back to the line.
Heck, all of his points are from there. 6 points, 6 of 6 from the line. 0 of 4 from the field so far, including that last shot.
He also has 9 rebounds, so he's been active even though he has not made a field goal. Kobe Eichelberger also with 9 rebounds. He's on the verge of a double-double. 15 points for Eichelberger and 9 rebounds so far.
That one's short. 19-point game between the Blue Jays and the Thunder. Nice back cut there from Dotlich, but he can't finish that one, and Luke Peters specifically upset about that call.
Let's see on the replay. Eichelberger went straight up. A technical foul here.
Wow. So Luke Peters gets a technical foul. He has been pretty upset with at least 2 calls that I can remember, and maybe it was just becoming too much for these officials. So Dotlich at the line.
It was interesting because it wasn't directly in response to him jumping up and down. Perhaps he might have said something. Because normally, they call a technical directly after the incident. They don't really wait around for a while. So we're unsure exactly what happened, but at the end of the day, Peters with the technical foul. Luckily this game, 17-point game, and it isn't a tight one.
So it was my mistake. It was 2 free throws for Dalic, and then the 2 that he had already earned on the foul. And then it will be either thunderball or a rebound for either team to get. Eichelberger and Spencer taking a seat. Alioth in again. Peters with the rebound. It's a 16-point game as Elmhurst was able to get 3 there from the free throw line. Francis gets around defenders. Out to Samuelson, tipped. Puts up the 3, hits.
Samuelson, 18 points, 3 of 6 from 3. A great game from Ricky. Even though Francis has not scored a lot, Samuelson's done a good job of picking up the slack.
Gardner answers the 3. Now some pressure from the Blue Jays, and we've seen Rode create some havoc. Gets the ball up to Samuelson. Now Peters. Floater. Front rim and down.
Good job of Peters, recognizing that Rode was guarding him so closely. A little back cut, nice little lefty floater there. He has 5 points, 6 assists. And a little update for you. North Park up 58-54 on North Central with 3 minutes and 4 seconds left. Colin Lake has 14 points in that contest. That would be a very big upset. It would be the second big upset of the day. As we've mentioned earlier, Augustana also went down earlier. So the top of the CCIW might become a little more jumbled as a result of the results tonight. If Wheaton can hang on to this lead, they will move to 7-4 in conference, and North Central would fall to 8-4. So all of a sudden, North Central and Wheaton might be battling out for a possession.
Yeah, that would just be another step along the way for the Thunder. And so now here's Rode at about 5 minutes, trying to get his team back into it. Patton for 3, forced that one too long. Dalic outside to Rode, deep 3 for him. No good, and Peters is called for a foul, and he's got to be careful. Has that one technical he got earlier.
That's Peterson's 4th foul.
Oh, Peterson. I thought it was Peters. Yeah, Peterson with his 4th.
So it's an 18-point game, so it would not be the end of the world if anyone fouled out. But Eichelberger and Peterson both with 4 fouls.
And a struggle from the free throw line recently for the Blue Jays. They're 11 of 16 in the game, but we've seen a few missed down the stretch the last couple minutes. And that one rolls over for Gardner. Peters up to Eichelberger. Over to Spencer, who hung in the air but then couldn't make it. Dotlich, crossover. Kick out to Patton, tipped away by Peters. So here's Rode, gets it to Ireland. Spencer was faked out And a foul called as he was trying to recover.
A lot of fouls called in the second half. Both teams with over 10 fouls. Kobe Eichelberger getting a nice ovation for his effort tonight. 7 of 15 from the field, 15 points, 9 rebounds. So he will end most likely his night 1 rebound short of the double-double.
Ireland makes that one. Yeah, just 5 personal fouls for the Thunder in the first half. Compared to this one, they're over 10. Walker is back in for the Jays. And Ireland 2 for 2. In to Peters. And they foul immediately, and this is intentional. Not an intentional foul, but it's intentional strategy by Baines. He put in Walker, who has fouls to give. Rhodes is at the spot now. They're sending Peters to the line, and they're doing hack of Peters.
They are, and Peters is 1 of 6 from the line tonight. See if he can spoil that plan.
Makes the first one. He seems a little more motivated now that he knows what's going on, as he's got one more coming. That one doesn't go. So Rode back in. Kick out to Dotlich. Corner 3. Doesn't go. Peters has it. Francis. Looks like he might have palmed it there. Got away with it. He's into the lane. Looking for a pass. Kick out to Peterson, and Peters will reset with 15 on the shot clock. And anytime he's holding the ball, the instruction is to foul, but Rode, he's now got 3 personals.
Peters stuffed the stat sheet a little bit tonight. 6 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Kind of a classic Luke Peters game. He won't put up huge scoring numbers, but he'll do a lot of little things that you don't really see. But over 2 there. Now he's just 2 of 10 for the night. Just 46% from the free throw line on the season.
Rode on the right wing. Kicks it out to Patton. Patton spin move to his left hand. Finishes. Ball into Francis. Don't think they'll be fouling him.
Coach Schauer would gladly accept a hack of Francis strategy.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Here's Francis driving on Patton. Switch over to Peterson. And back up to Francis. He's got 2 players following him now. Samuelson for 3. Doesn't go. Ireland with the rebound. Patton driving in, and he's fouled. And Coach Schauer irate. At this point in the game, under 3 minutes, the last thing you want to do is have a Blue Jay at the line with 2 shots and the clock stopped.
And that's Peterson's 5th, so he's going to have to leave the contest. Good effort from Peterson. He really was a spark plug at the beginning of this half. He had a nice scoring run in the early moments of the second half. He finishes with 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 of 7 shooting.
That first one goes for Dotlich.
You're the Thunder. Anytime you can, this game's not over, but anytime you can win with Aston Francis shooting 2 of 14 from the field, you will take it. No questions asked.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to tell me that they had 26 points at halftime, end up with 70 plus, and Aston Francis doesn't come up with more than 2 field goals. I'd have told you you're crazy. But this is a different Thunder team with lots of pieces, and you're seeing freshman Cade Olioff. Spencer Peterson is a bigger piece this season. than in previous years, and Kobe Eichelberger has been pouring it in. He's been, like you said, that X factor in games.
And then Ricky, just Mr. Reliable. 19 points, 7 to 14 shooting, just night in, night out. You can expect that kind of performance from him. And also, we haven't mentioned, but Thunder playing without Trevor Gunter tonight, who suffered an injury in practice this week. He's another piece that Thunder normally have but are missing.
Yeah, a large part of the reason that Cade Olioff is seeing the minutes he is in this game. Down low to Ireland, going for the dunk, ends up putting it in over Spencer. Now the ball to Francis as Patton fell down. Looked like he was holding his face. Francis trapped. Samuelson met. And Olioff is fouled by Dotlich. So with Peters not touching the ball too much offensively, they decide to foul the freshman. And he hits it.
He certainly doesn't look like a freshman. He's very filled out, big body for this Thunder team. He's someone who will probably play a pretty big role in the coming years in this Thunder team.
Rode trying to go in the body. Peters hits.
Impressive shot there.
Switch here to Samuelson to get it over the line. Now's the time to just take your time. And Francis' foot, I believe, went behind the half-court line.
See on the replay here. It actually didn't.
Yeah.
There's no way around that.
Yeah, he stepped near the line and then his foot slipped out, but when it was in the air, it was over backcourt, which is not backcourt. Rhodes is fouled, and man, Caleb, I tell you, this last 10 minutes, this basketball game has been quite some time.
And don't blink, because all of a sudden, it might only be an 8-point lead. Wheaton had the lead all the way up to 19. But the Blue Jays have been slowly cutting into this Thunder lead, and all of a sudden, it's 9 points.
Yeah, they've been creating havoc. They've been defensively just throwing a double at Francis, who's trying to kind of dribble out the clock, and then when he passes it to another guy, he's not really in rhythm as much. And so Rhodes with a chance to cut it to 8, and he doesn't. And Peters has the rebound, quickly passes it away. Getting it back to Peters now, who passes it to Samuelson. And a reach from behind on Dotlich, and now you're sending an 89% free throw shooter to the line.
Yeah, the Blue Jay coaches were frustrated that Elmhurst wasn't able to foul Peters when he had the ball. Instead, they're sending Samuelson to the line, who's 3 of 3 on the night and has 20 points.
That first one goes in, so it's a double-digit lead for the Thunder again.
Yeah, those are the little things when you're trying to come back from a big deficit that you need to get right. You need to foul the right person, but here we go, 10-point lead, Elmhurst ball.
Rode in the lane, kicks out to Patton for 3, doesn't go, and Francis floating over for the rebound. Stops, gives it to Samuelson. Quam. And Samuelson to Francis, who will hold in the corner. Actually down low to Spencer. Good find from Francis.
Francis, even though he only has 8 points, he does have 5 assists.
Rode into the body of Peters.
Peters is out. That's his 5th.
And he's going to run to the other side of the court because, one, he knows he's out. He doesn't want to say something. So Tyrell Derrick into the game for Peters, the junior.
Rode had 0 points in the first half, and he has 13 here in the second half. He got those 2 early fouls to begin the game, so he was on and off the bench for the majority of the first half. But in the second half, he has come alive a little bit.
This is some really important minutes for Tyrell Derrick as well. Zach Quam is going to be graduating pretty soon in May and won't be back for next season. Tyrell is probably going to take over that type of role. And I would imagine that Coach Schauer would like Tyrell to model himself off of a lot of qualities that Zach Quam has.
Yeah, they are very similar in a lot of ways. Just hard workers. You never question their motor. Just good role players to have, good practice players to have on your team.
So minute 5, 10-point lead for the Thunder. This is about the time that Elmhurst has to make something happen. Peters is out of the game with foul trouble, and Derrick needs to be careful. A double technical is assessed against Derrick as well as Sampson.
Kind of confused. There wasn't, I mean, there's a little bit of a shove, but I mean, I don't know if that was warranted a double technical. But Tyrell Derrick making his presence felt. Let's see here if we can see after the play if there's anything.
So there's the reach in there, the foul. Tyrell kind of shoves, Sampson kind of shoves, and both were walking away pretty quickly. I mean, that's just the end of a hard-fought game, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's not the right call. And they're sorting out how this plays out with a personal foul and 2 technicals. I think the technical fouls will kind of offset, and Tyrell will shoot his normal 2 shots from the personal foul.
Yeah, that's what they were working out. It was looking like Tyrell was going to shoot technical fouls, and then maybe they would send Sampson to the other side to shoot technical fouls. Instead, they just offset Derrick at the line for his 2 shots.
That's kind of hard to do what Tyrell Derrick just did. I mean, you sit for an hour and 40 minutes or so, I don't know what time it is, and don't have a single shot or a single minute, and all of a sudden you're in the game at the end shooting free throws. Made the first, missed the second.
It's tough to come off the bench cold, but to make 1 of 2 there, helpful for the Thunder. Here's Rode trying to do it on his own. Step back 3. No good. Spencer with the rebound, and he'll head directly to the line. And the emotion from Coach Schauer there, you see it now.
Yeah, I liked how Spencer went up strong for that rebound. Spencer doesn't have the huge body of some others, but he does not back down to anyone.
And the first one is in.
Spencer with that bucket gets a double-double. He has 10 points and 10 rebounds. And 8 of those 10 points, I was waiting to see if he'd make that. 8 of those 10 points from the foul line.
Here's Patton driving in, up with the left hand, no good. Quam has the rebound, and that should about do it. 12 points, 35 seconds left. Fouling Francis is merely a formality. On the way to the Thunder's 14th win of the season, 14-6, 7-4. Elmhurst moves to 11-10 as Gardner fouls out here. Auker into the game. Marakis will make his way soon. 4-8 CCIW record for the Blue Jays.
Aston Francis, I don't know if, I'm just throwing this out there, I don't know if he's ever had a game in a Wheaton uniform where he hasn't scored over 10 points. And he has 8 points here, so if he can make both of these, he can get into double figures.
You talk about a guy who played this same team 2 months ago and scored 45 points. Tonight, so far, 9 with a chance for 10.
At the end of the day, I know Aston will only care about that W for the Thunder. He's a prolific scorer, but above all, he wants to win.
Fox over to Dotlich. Marakis trying to get around Spencer. Tipped away by Derek and then put in by Fox.
Yeah, assist to Derek.
So 13 seconds left now. The Thunder will dribble it out and move just that much closer to a playoff spot in the CCIW on a night where Aston Francis scores just 10 points, shoots a low percentage. The Thunder take the W.
Yeah, and Wheaton only had 26 points at halftime, finished with 82. I'm not a math major, but I believe that's 56 second half points for the Thunder. An impressive second half after a kind of tough first half to watch, if I'm honest. Samuelson finishes with 21, Eichelberger with 15, Peterson with 11, Francis with 10, Spencer 10, Peter 6, Alioth 5, Quan 3, Derek 1. We'll go down the court for our post-game interview with Coach Howard.
And Coach, tonight your team had 26 points in the first half, ended up with 82. Aston Francis only with 10 points. What'd you say to him in the locker room, and what all happened out there?
Well, I was actually fairly pleased with my team in the first half. We've struggled to win anytime we haven't scored, and the last week we've put such an emphasis on trying to find a way to stop people, and the fact that we gave up 27 gave us a chance. I thought we were pretty good defensively in the first half. To be honest with you, and this isn't a critique, but it's going to be a statement, when we added Carroll back into the league, which I'm wildly in favor of, there's always somebody with a bye, and that midweek bye to go a whole week at this time of the year without playing is really hard. And I thought we and Aston showed a little bit of physical rust from that ability. And, back when I played, we had the alumni game this morning. Back when I played, we didn't all have to play on the same dates. And it meant, that whole week off here in February is just really hard. It's hard to keep your team in rhythm. So I'm really pleased with my guys because we did not play well tonight, but we won the way you have to win in these types of games, which is to try to get stops.
Yeah, it was a grind. Who were some of the players in the second half that really made it work and everything clicked?
Yeah, well, I thought Aston did a good job of distributing the ball. Ricky made some plays. Kobe made a couple plays. So I thought Spencer Peterson helped us a lot. I actually thought Cade played pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with my team because tonight's a night. A lot of nights you get beat because we just struggled so much. So pretty pleased.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us. Well, that'll do it for us here at King Arena. This has been a Wheaton Thunder Sports Network broadcast produced by Sunrise Communications. Wheaton College takes the win 82-70 over the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Next game will be a women's basketball broadcast against Illinois Wesleyan right here in King Arena. I'll be on the call for that along with Cassidy Thornburg. For now, so long.